TV star. From Philadelphia to Hollywood Boulevard. This ain't no music video. Take my hand, we'll go.
Okay, we're back. Living green just got a little bit easier. Located here in the city, Bancroft Green Home Center with its geothermic heating and cooling, green roof, and even free Philly car share is the newest way to live totally green. Coming on board this season, I'd like to introduce you to In Bed with Butch's new gal on the street, the lovely and talented Jen Cohen, as she, along with PHAG Shop's Jason Crook, take us through from construction phase to complete eco-friendly designed living space. Take a look.
Hey Butch, thanks. We're down here at the Bancroft Green. We're going to be going inside for a tour with interior designer and PHAG store owner, Jason Crook. He has an exciting new project.
Well, this is a project where I was approached by a client who had discovered what I think is a fantastic little development happening here in Center City, Philadelphia, which is an environmentally eco-friendly building project where he was essentially the first pre-buyer of the unit. And it's a big leap for my client because he actually is moving from a very traditional East Falls type home, Chestnut Hill type home, into a very contemporary space here that takes into account a lot of the modern amenities and also a lot of the modern considerations for trying to be a bit more responsible in our homes and in our lives.
Tell me what you're doing here and how much trust is involved in coming to a designer and saying, I want to change my old look and move into Center City in this exciting development. Tell me how that happens.
Yeah, I mean, it's a huge amount of trust. It's a huge amount of understanding. A design project is always, me bringing ideas, but also trying to learn about the functionality that someone requires in a home and what their taste level is and how adventurous they are with things like color and materials and texture. And so you have to take all that into account. And so it's certainly not just a matter of sitting down and drawing up some sketches and presenting something and having it be accepted and you're done. And we actually started this process very early. He came to me as a customer of the store, liking what happens in the store and having seen some work that we had done elsewhere, and really excited about having me engage and try to take this new home and this new idea for him to a place where he would be comfortable and feel comfortable in his home. And so I think there's a tremendous amount of trust. It's really actually kind of an honorable position to be in.
So tell me about the millions of window treatments you have devised to deal with all of this wonderful, plentiful sunshine.
Yeah, so the idea here, I think, is getting privacy while maintaining the option of having all of the light that you would possibly want to muster up into a home. And so that's what we've tried to do with what you will eventually see here with regard to treatments on windows, etc., is to give the option of the privacy there. There are a lot of great options in eco-friendly fibers that are out there that you can get in a variety of weaves that share different percentages of light, and we'll be taking those types of things and making use of them so that we can really keep the light but also kind of control it and its effect on the home as well.
Are you doing the same palette throughout? Are there going to be drastic changes from floor to floor?
Some of the changes are pretty dramatic. I mean, I'll give you a hint that the palette in the lower living level of the home, which is more the media area and the TV area, is a place that we really just wanted to be very relaxed and very fun and great for entertaining and extremely comfortable. And so we've taken a lot of liberties with bold color, fun shapes, and nice styles that are completely contemporary in their focus, with a lot of finishes that I think will really be a big departure from my client's past home, but certainly something that he has really embraced the idea of through my planning. We actually did a tour of his old home, and I selected the pieces that I thought would be an easy fit, and I talked with him about any kind of heirloom pieces or anything like that that he might need to take with him and feel good about using. And we have a 3-bedroom home here. We have a formal living area and then a media room. So there's a lot of space here to make use of those various things. And so what I've tried to do is make use of the pieces that were most important to him. Excuse me, most important to him. One of the things as a designer that I love to do is blend styles.
Right.
And so what I've definitely tried to do is take some of the things that are very contemporary and very modern in focus and pick things about them that we could customize and or change to blend well with some of the other pieces that will be coming from his other home.
Were there any pieces in particular that really drew your attention, that served as inspiration?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, when you see the finished final living area, I'll be sure to point out some of the cabinetry pieces that were custom built for him in his past home that had a much more traditional style to them that really influenced a lot of the raw, eco-friendly, natural look that you'll see blended with the contemporary in that room.
Wow. And now there's also going to be a gorgeous deck. What will you be doing with the outdoor space?
Well, we're still planning outdoor, so we don't have a lot picked for the outdoor area yet. I'm absolutely ecstatic about some of the materials that the builders and the developers have chosen to use in terms of not doing what everyone else is doing and choosing some different materials for paving and flooring and things of that nature. The green elements that are going to be present on the roof deck, even the green that is going to be present outside. So we've been around a few ideas and we're putting finishing details on it, but I don't really have any final solutions yet on the outdoor area.
Have you been seeing more and more clients coming to you wanting you to furnish their homes with a green inspiration, green materials from the paint to the carpeting?
Absolutely, yes. This is something that has been trending for at least 3 of the 5 years that I've been doing this, much more heavily in this direction, and so it's becoming an increasingly popular request. I sat actually on the advisory board of the Sustainable Business Network of Philadelphia for 2 years, and through that relationship, actually, our business became known as someone who actually does believe in and try to adopt the recycle, reuse, reclaimed woods, reclaimed materials in a lot of the purchasing that we do and in a lot of the artists that we work with in our artisan pieces. And so because of that, I think it's helped me probably see a bit more of that clientele than maybe even the average customer in some other environments might have requested.
And in fact, in using some of your clients, treasured pieces, you're in fact recycling and reusing them.
Absolutely, and that's part of the focus. I mean, I hate to see something that's beautiful. I mean, I'll tell you, I walked into the living room and I was like, we're keeping that cabinet. And he was like, thank God we can keep that cabinet, So it's that sort of thing where when you see it, you know it. And those pieces serve as an inspiration to challenge you as a designer, because it's so easy just to open up a catalog and pick out beautiful items that are made to go together and have that look good. And I think one of the reasons that you get your money out of an investment with a designer is that they are expected to be able to challenge those boundaries and pick up the minor nuances of things that the average customer doesn't necessarily have the eye or the training to do and make that work.
In a dream world, and I know there are always delays, when do you think this project will come together?
Well, that's a good question. It always is a good question. The anticipated finish of this property, based on where you've seen it today until it is a move-in date, would probably be just under 6 weeks. I mean, it's one of the beautiful things about a modular building environment. They've chosen that method because of the reduced waste and the various methods that are more environmentally friendly. But from a designer standpoint, the great part about it is that a lot of the work has already been done off-site. These are delivered with the electrical and the plumbing, and so a lot of the finishing work and the finishing detail, the timeline is reduced dramatically. So based on what you've seen today, we'll see, but we should be back here in a finished space in about 6 weeks. The things that are custom ordered are being made now, and they're all scheduled to arrive around that timeline, and other things that we had, already available or made to order are sitting ready to come in and be plopped into place to create the vision that collaboratively my client and I have created for his home, which will be great.
Wow, well, that's very exciting. Thank you so much, Jason, for meeting us here today and showing everything off.
Thank you.
Okay, that's the show. I'd like to thank Jason from the PHAG Shop and Jen Cohen. Good first gig, Jen. Also, Nareet Shine for the good work she does at the Mazzoni Center, Casper Andreas, and Aaron Michael Davies as well. Log on to my website, IBWB.tv, to find out all the new things I have going on this season. And that is the show. Good night. Yay.